Hey everyone. I'm going to keep my voice down because I'm doing it kind of late at night and I don't want to get you know who upset. So I already accidentally played a little music a little too loud. Uh, so, so it's been a few days and some interesting things have occurred. Um, my Stollen is still sitting out and aging, but I was able to make some lemon squares pretty successfully tonight. I think I figured out some things about the oven. Um, I had it on a setting that was heat at top and bottom. I looked at all the symbols to try to online to see what these all meant. Um, and I did so it was top and bottom, but I think for whatever reason in this oven, if things are a little too high, it just gets browned really easily, more than my oven did back at the US anyway. Um, so I just put everything lower in the oven and kept the temperature a little lower than I think it should be. So hopefully that'll work. I also found that the scale was off a little bit that I had used to measure some of the stuff for the Stollen. And so I think I may have had too much butter in it. Not that you can have too much butter, but for baking, you could have too much butter. Um, anyway, I'm figuring it out. So, anyway, so uh, 2 days ago on Wednesday, it wasn't that exciting of a day, but I I just taught and a lesson and a class, and that was all. But yesterday, I had my Anmeldung for this place now, so I had to do another Anmeldung. Every time you move, you have to register again and get another Anmeldung or do an Anmeldung. Do you Anmeldung? Sorry, Anmeldung. Do you get an Anmeldung or do you do an Anmeldung? I don't know. Anyway, so the appointment I got was for a Bürgeramt that was really far from where I live, way out near the Heiligensee in the northwest corner by the airport. So Tegel Airport. So I looked at how long it should take, and I got all the stuff together, and I left with over an hour amount of time to get there. I thought they said it would take about an hour, so I allowed about an hour and 20 minutes or so. Started off fine. Got on the U2 train. I was supposed to take the U2 to the U25, and that was it. It's just two trains, and it would take me, pretty much right there. Well, didn't quite work out. So at Potsdamer Platz, I go to change to the U25, and all of the subways, the trains going north from there were not working. I don't know why. I had no idea what to do, how to get out of there. First the sign, the digital sign was in German, so I couldn't understand it. Usually they put these kinds of things in not usually, I shouldn't say usually because I don't know what usually is, but often I've seen they'll do English as well as German, but no, there was just German. I asked one woman there, she spoke no English, so she couldn't really help me. I wandered around for a minute, freaking out because I didn't know what to do. And there was a young couple who was kind of looking at the same sort of situation I was, and I asked them what to do, and they luckily spoke English, and they said, we got on my phone like the directions to get there using a different train and a bus, but it was going to take longer. So, but I had no choice. So they said, follow us, we're going that same direction. So we get on the train, the U7, I think it was, up to Tegel Airport. Alt Tegel. And we start chatting, the two of them and I, um, and we they asked me what I do, and I told them I write musicals, I sing, I do that. And they go, "We're musical theater performers." So it turns out they're certainly working musical theater performers, very sweet couple, and so yeah, we exchanged numbers. They sent me their reels. They're both really great, and I just sent them my stuff. We'll see. So the connecting here has been amazing, and they were so nice. So anyway, I got to the Tegel airport. I had 2 minutes or so to get to the Burgeramt in, it began with an SH. I can't remember, SCH. I can't remember the town. It's very foresty there, and it's a little south of the airport stop. But anyway, so the bus was going to be 15 minutes wait. So I just got a cab and got there about 10 minutes late, and I was worried they were going to send me back home, but luckily I got in. They called my number in about 10 minutes. I was in and out very quickly, and then took a breath because it was just a crazy morning. But then, so I thought, all right, well, let's see where the bus stop is, and I'll take the bus back because I wasn't in a hurry now. I was meeting someone for lunch, but it was, we could fudge the time with that. And so I go across the street it said the 124 bus, and there was a bus stop. And so I sat sitting there and waiting, and a woman comes up to me, and she starts, of course, in German talking to me, but she asks if I'm waiting for the bus, and I said, yeah, and she goes, no, the bus doesn't stop here. I'm like, what? I didn't see anything go by, so I don't think I missed a bus, but still, she goes, no, it's down like 200 meters. Or first she didn't say that. She goes, no, it's down there, the bus stop. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. And I'm thinking, how nice everybody's has been so nice to me. It's really been a heartwarming, wonderful feeling to know that, people will help me. And even when I don't ask, people are helping me. And, that doesn't happen everywhere. So it was very sweet of her. And so I'm walking, and then I go, where is it? And she goes, it's 200 meters that way. And then I'm thinking, how do you all know how many meters away something is? I don't think about feet or yards or something that way. That's interesting that you, because I've heard this several times, thinking in distance this way, like in meters, or it's not the metric system that I'm talking about. It's just even thinking is about a distance in a way of feet or yards. I think I would probably say it's like a block that way, or it's like go past the street and you'll see it, or something like that. But I wouldn't know yards. Like I just don't think that way. Anyway, but it was there, and I finally got on the bus, and everything went fine after that. But it was a bit of a hectic day. I needed a Wurst badly. When I got to the U-Bahn stop, there was a Wurst stand, and I was like, I need something warm and comforting. This was a rough morning. Anyway, so I made it in time to meet a new friend. This is, if you remember back to when I went to this musical theater concert, and there were all these different singers, and I mentioned this one guy who was really great. Well, it turns out he lives a block away from me in Schöneberg, and we finally got together and had lunch and had a great time. It was really fun. He's great, and we sat in Victoria Louise Platz and talked for a while, and then he came over because he had never seen Sunday in the Park with George, and I played George in it years ago. So I thought, I'll show him Sunday in the Park with George. And So we went and watched that, and it was really fun. And I cried through the whole thing. Well, I tried not to cry, but I was wanting to cry through the whole thing, and I cried a little, and he really enjoyed it. Anyway, so that was a pretty crazy day, but it ended up a really great day. I have not heard back from the school yet. They were supposed to meet this week about me. I'll reach out in next week sometime, I guess. So I hope I'm a little worried, but we'll see. I finished filling out my visa application, finished my cover letter. It has to be translated now. And so things are starting to move along with that. Also, I don't know if my eye I think I burst a blood vessel in my eye yesterday. I don't know why, probably holding back tears. But anyway, so today I went to, I had to clean the apartment today. And I went to the farmer's market and bought some eggs and bought some olive oil that was supposedly pressed from some guy's family in Sicily or something. I mean, you got to get it from the source if you can. And and came back and made lemon bars. Because I had all those lemons from the lemon peel I had to candy. I had the actual lemons, the juice and all. I needed to do something with them. And then I made a lovely pasta dish. And that was today. So the other, just one thing I want to mention, I realized that actually the friend pointed it out to me, that when I said, "Oh, I told you about Wiesbaden." Well, I didn't really tell you about Wiesbaden, but I'll just tell you a little bit about it here. These friends are great, and I've known them for, oh my God, I don't know how many years. But I know them from college back in Los Angeles, and we went to Cal State Northridge, if that means anything to anyone, and music majors. I think all of us were music majors, and then Sherry and I ended up both in the San Francisco Opera Chorus at the same time as well. So we've known each other and have been through a lot together, but then she married her German husband, and they moved to Germany, and so they moved to several places actually, but eventually settled finally in Germany in the end, and so it had been 10 years since I'd seen them, and they have a beautiful home, and they cooked me a delicious dinner of venison stew and the best celery root and mashed potatoes, best mashed potatoes I think I've ever had. And I bought dessert, and we had a lovely time. We walked around kind of the center of Wiesbaden and where the beautiful church is, and they have a nice Christmas market there. And it was really a quick 24-hour trip to see them, because they leave Germany for half of the year. So maybe not half the year, but for a chunk of the year during the winter. So, I wasn't going to be able to see them for a while. So I'm really glad I went. And that's why I went to Wiesbaden. It's a beautiful city, really beautiful. I think that's it. So I am going to go now. And I have a dear friend from Belgium coming to visit me next week for Christmas week. So I'm going to be kind of tied up for a while. I'm going to be taking her around Berlin. Now that I know Berlin a little, I'll be taking her around, and we're going to go to Christmas markets. We're going to see the Nutcracker. It's going to be fun. So, all right. Talk to you all soon. Bye.